Today's GOP is not racist. It's
God.
about the Tea Party, but it's deeply troubled about the expansion of government, about immigration, about secularism, about the mainstream of what used to be the avant-garde. People with conventional views must repress a gag reflex.
Breathe, Elon. Breathe.
That's
breathe.
the sound of that's the gag.
Breathe.
When considering the mayor-elect of New York, a white man married to a black woman.
Oh, gross.
With 2 biracial children. Should I mention that Bill de Blasio's wife, Shirlane McCrae, used to be a lesbian?
Oh, my God.
This family represents the cultural changes that have enveloped parts, but not all, of America. To cultural conservatives, this doesn't look like their country at all.
Not my country at all.
Okay, first of all, I need Richard Cohen to put the keyboard down, to step away. I need him to step away. Number 2, are you all right, Elon? Do you need a glass of water? There's a lot of gagging happening back there.
Well, no, I was thinking about my interracial marriage.
That's so gross.
It's so gross. I know, yours is even grosser.
I know we have one of those interracial children. Ugh, gag me with a spoon.
Aaron used to be dating this white chick.
Oh God.
I know.
I told Aaron to his face that if he didn't break up with her, I was gonna punch him in the face.
Ugh. You know what though?
It's
but
disgusting.
I mean, having that whole feeling, that gag reflex, that visceral feeling of illness, feeling nauseous, feeling like you just want to just expel everything in your body. I mean, that's not racist. When that's in response to seeing an interracial couple, that's not racist at all. That's troubled. Just deeply troubled.
It's funny that you mention this because I may have weighed in on this.
Uh-oh.
That's right. I actually, with our schedule, I was actually able to stop, tell everyone leave me alone. I'm rage writing. That's when Dasha came in. That's when she sat in the closet.
He was in his rage closet.
I was in my rage closet. I was writing at the fastest speed of light while trying to still be reasonable, which Amani says I've been too reasonable. But I mean, it's my brand. What am I going to do? I responded to this on the route. You should go check that out. See? All Cohen did was write a completely disconnected paragraph from the rest of his article explaining that it's not racist if you find interracial marriage gag-inducing, that this particular segment of the GOP is simply troubled because parts of America don't look the way they remembered it. That's not racist. That's just a fact of life, right? Anybody? What Cohen doesn't seem to realize is that just because you're writing something that's even true doesn't make it not racist.
Yeah.
And it definitely doesn't make it right. As a black man, and I wrote it like that. A black man in an interracial relationship, I can testify that it's not just portions of the Republican Party that have issues with interracial relationships. The most vocal commentary in opposition to my marriage has been from supposed liberals. Real talk. And as backwards as Cohen's commentary is, seriously understanding the guy who killed the unarmed teenager, he's not lying. His commentary is problematic and completely out of touch, but he hasn't lied. He does understand why Zimmerman was suspicious of Trayvon. Hell, I had black people argue with me about wearing a hoodie. He does blame twerking, a culturally black activity, on the breakdown of moral decency. And yes, I've had black people argue that twerking is problematic. Ratchet. Why white people judge us?
They do this.
Cohen is making many of us uncomfortable and angry, but it's not because he's lying. The fact is, Richard Cohen's commentary is a mirror in which many of us in America are uncomfortable seeing our own reflection in.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't amused this morning, but at the same time, I was annoyed by the article. I was annoyed by Cohen, but I was equally annoyed at the response to it because the response became muddled. And I talk about this on the show all the time. When I can agree with you and think you're wrong.
Yeah.
When people were saying stuff about this, and what he wrote was racist. What he wrote was racist. No, what he wrote wasn't quite racist. What he wrote was incredibly problematic, and he was defending racism. So you can make the argument that he was upholding racism.
Yes.
He's allowing people to stand on his shoulders and say they're not racist. See, Richard Cohen says I'm not racist. But what he was actually saying was about what the Tea Party thinks. And I actually believe that in parts of the country, because I know folks actually do, it is gag-inducing. But to say it's not racist, that's where the hook is. He said this thought process isn't racist. Not that he's racist. He said this isn't racist.
Right.
And that is where you have to go throw things through glass, because it is racist. And when you go around defending stuff like this, you become part of the problem, which is why Cohen should be in the crosshairs of everybody. But at the same time, when you yell about this, do you know why you're yelling? Do you know the framing? Did you just see interracial gag inducing and just go running screaming into the night, which a lot of folks did? Or did you actually read the whole thing and go, oh, okay, well, actually, the most problematic thing here is that he's co-signing this. He's co-signing. He's not saying it's right. He's saying it's not racist. It's just a problem. He's dressing up racism in another outfit that's more palatable to many.
Yeah.
You're being troublesome. You're just being problematic. It's not racist, but it's like the Dixiecrats, which were incredibly racist.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that then the previous paragraph, he talks about how the Dixiecrats of old are the Republicans of new. And it was Strom Thurmond, for example, in 1948, like the objective was not to win, but to retain institutional legal racism. They saw a way of life under attack and they feared its loss. But then he goes on to say, but it's today's GOP is like a soft and squishy version of that. They're not racist. They're just troubled. They're just annoyed. They just have a slightly problematic way of seeing things that's based in racism, but it's not racist now.
Reported from Talking Points memo approximately 12 minutes ago. Washington Post columnist Richard Cohen defended his column centered on the Tea Party on Tuesday, in which he claimed that those with conventional views must repress a gag reflex when they're encountered by racial couples such as the newly elected New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio and his wife Shirlane McRae. I didn't write one line. I wrote a column, he told the Huffington Post in an interview. The column is about the Tea Party extremism, and I was not expressing my views. I was expressing the views of what I think some people in the Tea Party held. The word racist is truly hurtful, he added. It's not who I am. It's not who I ever was. It's just not fair. It's just not right.
Oh my God, Richard Cohen. Is he trolling This Week in Blackness?
Cohen explained that he didn't think the entire Tea Party held such views. I don't think everybody in the Tea Party is like this, because I know there are blacks in the Tea Party, which, what? He said he said, so they're not all racist. Black people can be racist.
Black people can totally be.
Unless I'm going to start doing mind reading about why those black people are there.
Sir.
Fred Hyatt, the Washington Post editorial page editor, also defended the column Tuesday, but said that he could have edited it more carefully.
That's not really, I did my job, but I didn't do it very well.
I mean, I can understand, I think it's fine, but I don't think it's that much of a problem. I mean, I think it's fine, but could I have made it less upholding of the racist institution of racism?
Maybe.
Maybe I could do that, or I'll understand.
Oh, we'll just bring some links in. Get some hits.
Yeah.
Advertisers pay.
Here's the thing. Again, I wanted to be clear, because I when I wrote my article, I just knew that people were going to be like, Elon's defending Richard
Come
Cohen.
on. If anybody is not defending Richard Cohen,
I'm not amused by him in any shape or fashion.
No.
My and by the way, shout out to Empty Circle on Twitter who forwarded us over the link to Talking Points memo in his commentary. Here's the thing. I am not defending Richard Cohen as much as I'm condemning America. And I think people don't understand what the difference between the two. I don't think Richard Cohen's right. I think Richard Cohen is putting out some ignorant ass shit. I believe Richard Cohen is also representing a space that is actually correct. And in that thought process, yes, people do believe what Richard Cohen is saying. I agree with that. I know liberals who agree what Richard Cohen's saying. And so that's not the shocking part. The part that is a problem is that he's defending racism by saying it's not racist.
Yeah.
And also, he went out of his way to make this point. he was making an argument about Christie and the Tea Party and Republicans and extremism, which he could have easily done without throwing in some random, but he also right now, he's like a freshman year African-American studies student. You know when you first get to African American studies in college and you're super excited, so you just start bringing up black stuff all the time for no reason.
Yep.
You just like randomly someone's like, man, I would love some ice cream. Black people made ice cream for the white man back in 1872, and it was racism. And you're just talking, and you're like, okay, yes, lots of racism happened, but I think you're misunderstanding. No, I'm not misunderstanding. Maybe you misunderstand the thing. Maybe you know I'm not. Like, I'm off point. I'm off ice cream. I won't even eat vanilla ice cream. I don't care if it's chocolate. This first year African American Africana studies kid is like they get it. They know things are bad, and so they get mad. And the thing is, like, he's trying to make points, but he's doing it so horrendously. Like, if he wanted to make a point about race, about a streak of racism within the party, he could have made it without co-signing.
I mean,
without defending a racist idea as not being racist, just simply troublesome, so that he can maintain. So because he literally says in this thing, the term racist is very hurtful. That's why he didn't use this. Because Melissa Harris Perry has made this point before, Dasha, that in America the term racist has become one of the worst things you can say about someone. It is bad. It is terrible. Which is why white folks are trying to take it back. They're trying to take back the power from racism, i.e. Sarah Palin getting on and go, listen, this isn't racist. They're going to say it, but let them talk. It's not racist. Like, well, ma'am, if you have to give all that lead up to, it's probably a little bit racist.
Yeah, I mean, we've already established this rule that if you start anything with, this isn't racist, but yeah, what you're about to say is racist. Yeah, that's not, you can't qualify something with it's not racist. I don't think that it works that way.